So welcome back, coders, and continue coding and never give up. Now, today we're going to talk about array methods, ES6 array methods. So these are methods that you can run on an array. So let's imagine we have an array. Let's call it const my array. Let's call it const my array. And this array has a number of fruits in it. Say fruits. And let's say down in the code I wanted to change, maybe make all these fruits plural. How would I do that? I could use an array method map. So let's do const. Now this array method map, what it does, it goes through each value in the array which I've passed to it, and then it picks each value and puts it into the function which I'm going to pass to it, and then it will return for me a new array which is updated. So let's say my new array which I want it to return to, I'm going to call it my list. And then I'll call my array. Then on my array, I'm going to run on it a method map. Now inside the method map, I am going to do my arrow function. Item will equal arrow function. And then what I want to return is item plus, I want it to add an s at the end. Then I want to console.log my list. And console.log my list. So I can run here my code, and you can see that my array has been made plural into apples, bananas, oranges. Now the question is, how is this map function working? So the way the map function is working is simple. I'm passing a function into this map function. Okay, now this arrow function may be a bit confusing, so let me remove it here, and let me just create a new function. Let me create a function here. So I'm going to call it function. I'm going to call it function. Then I'm going to call it plural. Then in the plural, it should take in an item, and then it should return maybe the item plus yes. So that's what it should return. This is what the function should return. So inside the map function, I need to pass in an item. So this is what we call a higher order function. So I'll pass into a map. Map is a higher order function. So then I'll pass into plural. Then I'll run the code again and see if I'm getting the same output. You can see I'm getting the same output. But the other function which I initially put was an arrow function, a shorter way of defining a function. But you could define the function like this, plural, map. Then I pass in map. Or let's give there's also another array function. But usually when you're dealing with React, you'll mostly use map functions. But in this case, let me give you another function which is filter. So what filter does this. You pass inside filter a function. Since filter is a higher order function. A higher order function is a function that takes in a function as an argument. That's what a higher order function is. So let's say filter. So let's say the filter function, I'm going to name it G, which means greater. Then I'm going to say than. Then I'm going to put greater than. Then I'm going to put 5. So then I'm going to put here my function, passing the function greater than 5. Now what filter does, you pass in a function, then that function will take in an element from the array, do some processing on the element. Then what the filter function will wait and see, has this function returned to me true? If the function returns to me true, I keep that element which I passed into the function. If the function returns to me false, I reject that element. So what I will do, I will say, okay, fine. What the function does, it will take in an element, then it will check if the element, let's call it item, dot length, if the element dot length is less than or equal to 5, what I should do, let me return true. Let me tell the filter function, skip this item, and then put it into for me a new list. So then let me run my code again. You can see that it has only kept one item, which is apple. Apple is the only item whereby its length is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5. Banana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 6. But what if I remove this and then I keep banan, and then I run the code again? You can see that I now have 2 items which are less than or equal to 5. So that's how the filter function works. So there are other higher order functions, but I'm going to only talk about map and filter. They're usually the most important array methods. So thank you for watching. Keep coding and never give up.